Boppity boppity start.
Bippity boopity, hoppity boppity.
Bippity
Oh,
bop bingus. Bippity bop.
Chat, you gotta help us. Where are we? Where are we,
Bachunga.
Chat?
We've been ejected into space.
Yeah, because Foundry V12 has issues, TM. I'm still fighting with it, but having the most complicated Foundry setup in potentially the entire Lancer community, while also being on the latest possible version for Lancer at the same time, kind of makes things a bit tricky. So forgive any bugs or weird issues that may pop up. There will also be a little bit of relearning for the players, as we've updated character sheets to have a different layout, but one that will benefit us in the long run.
Oh, that's right.
That said, so we left off at an interesting fucking point last time. Let's repaint the scene here for people who were not present for last session, or whose memory has kind of been forgotten because this has taken too long to get everyone for this session, which is mostly going to be narrative focused. Let me paint our scene again.
Oh wait, I almost forgot.
I almost remembered.
Oh, thank you, Clem. Jesus. Right. So, last session, you all had descended into the depths of the Harrison Black site, which, as you all very quickly realized, was not a research facility like you were first sent to investigate, but instead a massive data collecting database. It had been monitoring all of you for some time, and you managed to get a hold of the logs, including logs exposing a not insubstantial amount of information that associates Smith Shimano Corp with the World Burners. Something which is not exactly good news for you all, because that means Smith Shimano had been lying to your face. That said, this was all on Harrison computers that had led you... They literally had intended for you to find. They led you to it, and upon entering the final room of the databases, looking for more information if possible, you encountered General Cordell, the commander of the Black Site in particular, and a major leader in the Harrison forces established on planet Vatis. Upon trying to speak with him, you all ended up deciding to work with him after being presented with the information to turn against SSC, but before any form of agreement could really happen, he was swiftly taken out by their rogue element and your nemesis at this point, the Crimson Phantom, alongside WB backup. That ended up with a large holdout for the party, which you all defended against excellently, and even managed to not only defeat but actually knock out the Crimson Phantom, thanks to a set of heroics by Revna.
I had so many explosives.
You did. Io
Rat
was
the fuck
not
in.
at the actual, like, meeting of the minds, so to speak, as a massive migraine overtook Io, and they had to effectively stop and rest in a room. That said, Io, you will be returning to the party as there are alarm sirens blaring through the base.
Oh, it doesn't help the migraine. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
Entering into the
No.
room and
Somebody who's
holding
had
the pizza.
migraines since high school.
You're not, like, dizzy and stumbling around, though. You're functional again.
Okay,
Damn, wish that could be me.
me too.
it was one of these migraines that you really can't explain, that just happen and sort of knock you on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, you, Io, are going to enter into this main room following the flood of Harrison guards going through this computer control looking area. A large, almost like building or entire facility sized database. Absolutely loaded with computers, technologies, and holographic interfaces. Before reaching the end and coming across the rest of your party, as well as a bunch of Harrison units attending to one particular downed Harrison mech that you don't recognize. What you do recognize, though, that your party is crowded around, is the Crimson Phantom, as they've just pried off the door to its cockpit.
Is
Specifically, that
Rivla
was
still past?
Onua.
I was gonna say, is Rivla still passed the fuck out?
Rivla didn't pass out, if memory serves, but like was not in a great state. Kind of adrenaline rushing.
Yeah, and I'm currently healing you.
You didn't take any direct pilot damage. It was just your mech, but the Suyu got completely down and outed.
Okay.
So, you've entered this IO where the two large pilots behind that are Onua and Xavier Hammer have pried open this cockpit to the mech and suddenly look back at you. Because the person inside looks just like you.
Lovely.
Is something going on here I don't know about?
Yar, this be mind fucking to say. No, wait, yar be clones.
Yeah, I was about to say, flash clones exist. Like,
Yeah.
Dash's reaction is basically, okay, and
Yar.
This is
like,
kind
I'm
of
the
what I
keyboard.
expected, but also not what I expected because it seemed kind of like too on the nose.
Yar. It's been a while since I saw two clones in the same room.
They can't touch each
What's-
other. The universe explodes.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
Io, to your knowledge, you've never been cloned once, nor did you have any siblings.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I knew that much. Sorry, I'm still fucking waking up and you threw everything at me immediately.
Oh, yeah, but unfortunately, that's what happens when you miss a session with such a big thing, and the party manages to pull off what I thought the impossible.
That's
Yeah,
because
that's
I'm
fair.
based and cool pills.
So, unfortunately, yes, you're kind of being thrown to the wolves here.
Well, I'm gonna look at the other IO and I'm gonna go, you mind giving us your name?
They are currently unconscious, though hooked up to the actual machine.
Then never mind.
Yar,
You could
wait.
try to
wait.
wake them. You could always try and wake them.
Other IO.
I'll
Record scratch. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
I'll gesture for our IO to come over, just like, you need to see.
Yeah, no, I'm getting closer at this point.
Check
At
this
this
shit.
point, you're safe to dismount mech and climb up on there.
Speaking of getting closer, Revna, who's just been like in and out of consciousness, she's still like up, but she's finally at a point where she's like her brain works. She's like, the hell are you guys looking at? She finally gets a good look. She's like, huh.
I have a weird question.
Dude,
Yeah.
Do they have the same cybernetics or not?
no, they don't. They're, in fact, a lot less cybernetically augmented than IO is.
Which is saying a lot, considering Io isn't very cybernetically.
Yeah, they don't look like they have any cybernetics.
Damn, what's that like? Back to fixing his alarm.
Like a clean biological slate.
Minus a suit being plugged in.
Yeah, the suit's plugged in.
Looks at Anua. Hey. Yar, Be sure to remind yourself.
But it's a pilot plug suit. It's skin tight. You don't know if there's stuff under that or not. But what is there? The head, nothing.
So, I have a dumb idea for trying to wake them.
I
It might
have a
work.
feeling I know what you're going to do.
Stim.
Wait. Should we disconnect her first?
Yes.
I have more stims in the medical suite if you need them.
So, you're going to attempt to disconnect her.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
going to
I'll
stay
go ahead
right-
and do that. Why not?
Okay. So, as you go to attempt to disconnect her, it looks like it isn't a breakable connection. Like it's physically built into the suit and vice versa. It is a solid connection. There is no like, oh, this is where you'd unclip it or anything like that.
Lovely.
So, unless you intend to cut her out, she's pretty hooked in.
I mean,
The mech.
so, like,
Yeah.
I will say, I will remind you all, the mech is trashed. It is offline. That thing is not getting up again. The reactor's cooked.
I blow off its head too. Like you're really gonna be careful. I command the
Just
dog
meant
mech
to-
to chew off the head. Arr, arr, arr.
You easily is able to rip the fucking head off. It's just a sensor array, but he can.
All right.
he-
Yeah, I gestured to Xavier and I'm just like, you get your mech to just pop this thing's head off real quick just in case.
Oh, I'd love it to. I climb into my mech and I do as instructed.
Just twist
And I take. Yes.
you give, like, the hand swivels around and just, yep.
Just unscrew it.
I would like to. You know what? Looking at it, I attach it to my Leviathan.
Oh my
Cool.
fucking god.
So anyway, while the fucking boys are, I guess, eating, the
Disabling,
delicious dinner
crippling the
meal.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eating the delicious dinner meal.
just wanna make
Brenda's
sure
actually gonna.
That it's
Yeah?
not. I just want to make sure that it's not connected to any important technology that they can use against us.
That's true,
Hey,
but it's also delicious. Yeah.
who wants to put in use the fucking which one? I think it would
What?
be kick, right?
So who wants to put the stim in is what you're
Yeah,
asking.
it would be a kick
Well,
stim, right?
Bef-
For keeping a pilot awake and alert. They're going to be awake
Yeah.
for the next 30 hours, but they're going to
But-
be awake.
But before we do that, Remna's actually gonna, like, very groggily see how are the computers looking at this thing.
Like, the computers are all shut down. There seems to be some blinking lights, likely an auxiliary power mode, but nothing that would, like, keep the machine online. Everything that looks like its controls is down. There are a few other control panels in there that they look like they were smashed purposely.
They've. Remna's like snaps her like fingers, even though she really shouldn't while Dash is working on them. She's like,
I was about to say,
damn.
your fingers aren't working right now.
She
I'm replacing
attempts to.
wires.
I'm
She
with the other
attempts to-
hand.
Yeah, she tries to. The other hand, not as good. She must have figured we might have tried to get the Dan to scrub it all. Dash, you think once we have Loverboy, you think once we have a damn chance to see if we can snatch anything from this?
Yeah, I can definitely try.
You'll need to get her out, but yeah, you
Yeah.
can probably salvage some stuff.
And also, seeing that you're looking to give her stims, I offer to since I have patch as a skill.
Yeah, sure. I'll toss you a stim.
I guess Remna's gonna, assist as best she can by at least making sure she won't flail around once. Actually, if there's any fucking guns in the compartment, important question.
No,
Is there any
there's no
weapons?
weapons
Okay.
in the compartment,
Okay.
nor on
She-
her.
Okay. She's gonna at least be there, and she needs to like hold her down for whatever reason.
Hey, Susie, you want to try that instead?
Go for it.
Susie, what's your
Susie-
best guess?
It's slightly better.
It's
Hey,
over 10
hey,
now.
yeah, that's enough. Honestly, your first roll was fine. It's fucking stim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
something you
per
just
round, so.
use.
You, you fucking fail. You stab Revna with it instead.
Sorry, force to
So
have it.
you inject this other pilot, the not Io, with the syringe. As you do, you depress down the button to dispense the right chemical mixture for kick, and you watch as her head whips up and eyes bolt open, and she is immediately alert and looking around, panicked, not angrily, panicked and confused. Who are you? Where am I?
Likely story, Xavier killer. No, I'm kidding.
Which one?
Either works. The French would be more insulting.
Fucking aims to Leviathan and it starts spinning up.
The Frenchman is currently occupied over dealing with his downed commander.
Weeping for his downed commander like
No,
rules
no,
card.
come on down.
His forlorn lover. I mean, what?
Aw. Oh,
No, you go. You go.
named Stash Howitzer. Do you remember anything?
She's going to look around more and start. Her breathing's going to pick up, and it's going to get faster and more panicked as she's having a panic attack now, and she's stammering. No. Huh? Well,
Okay, that's it. I'm going to use freeze. A freeze stim on her.
Stim number 2. I'm going to need you to give me something to try and inject a freeze into a very panicked individual.
Oh God, are you trying
how about
to counteract this?
Hey, I have something. Okay, you can do that. I also had something that I can try to calm her down.
You are able to easily, before she's able to react, fucking get that straight into her arm. Remind me, what
As
is the
Dash started
description
to
of-
have save things out with a panic attack. Or
Yeah.
that, we can do that, I guess.
Remind me the specific effects of freeze.
Freeze keeps a pilot calm and emotionally stable, deafens fear and other strong reactions.
There you go.
Fucking.
She starts calming down and her breathing slows. And she's like, "Why the fuck would you do that?"
You're giving her a line of code,
Hey.
and then you're having her eat an edible.
You have. That is exactly what you've done.
You know what almost this fucks with people?
Look, just be happy I didn't inject juice into that one and see what happened.
Do it, no balls.
She looks a little nauseous, but like overall is still up. Like, I don't remember anything.
Do you know where you are, lady?
No.
You don't remember trying to kill us?
I don't recognize any of you. I don't even recognize. She starts looking around. Am I in a mech?
Yeah.
Yes. We
Were.
were just piloting it. We were able to incapacitate it.
I look at the head that Xavier's mounting onto his Leviathan. Well.
I like take a half step to try to block that sight.
Yo, I'm gonna need that head of my Leviathan by next session.
Don't worry, Dad.
No more.
Wait.
You have enough on your fucking mech.
I do actually holler over to Xavier. I say, "Hey, no modifications to that until we get Tech Boy here to scan it."
Oh, well, you be remembering that this be my trophy.
That's fine. Let's get a fucking strange bot killer over here. Who am I to tell him now?
Aw.
All right. Anyway, yeah.
Back over with this pilot's just like, the only thing I can remember is my name,
What is it if you don't mind just asking?
Skylar. My name is Skylar. That's all I remember, though.
Avian
Hey,
pointing at
Io,
Avi.
your head starts fucking hurting a lot.
Lovely.
Like there's now this hanging sound. That headache you really fucking hate is back. Not as bad,
Lovely.
but it's starting to come back.
My name
Now I
is
have two
Skylar
headaches to deal with.
White,
I climb out of my mech again, but I bring with me a nice bottle.
Of what?
So, you have
Io.
a pilot that does not know anything other than her own name that looks like one of you guys.
I is
Who
gonna step
she's-
away and get away from the stuff that's causing the headache.
Understandable. As you step back, it does get lessened.
Now we have to do proximity tests.
No. All right.
Before you're able to get too far away, though, Skylar looks at you and is like, why do you look like me? Who are you?
My name's Io. I have the same question for you of why you look like me.
Oh.
And the difference in this situation is Io's definitely armed.
Yeah, Io's very armed. She's not, and she's stuck inside this cockpit.
We have like the
Mhm.
renegade
With a
versus the
cable to her
Paragon
back.
IO going on here.
Yeah.
Xavier is just looking between them. He's like, I hate loaded family reunions, and takes a swig from his bottle.
I really want to imagine what a Xavier family reunion is like. So Remna is going to try and like I guess get a bit closer. Like, all right, look, lady, how about we get you out of here and I don't know somewhere not here, huh?
We have a ship named the Rio Grande. You can rest there for now while you decide what you would like to do. If you would like to.
Okay.
Do I have permission to cut this cord connecting you to the mech?
Please, I want to get out of this.
Alright.
I just
No way Dash doesn't have a knife because he was a mercenary. That's for sure trained to keep a knife on him at all times.
This is great and all, guys, but what are we gonna do about the fact that technically, she or the mech or whatever was the reason why currently Harrison's leader is down?
yeah, there's going to be some issues with that probably. She goes to thank you, Dash, as you go and cut the cord. It's a very large cable of sorts, and you're able to cut through it. Not a clean cut,
Clone.
but a cut through it nonetheless. You
Well, yeah, not IO.
basically cut it off.
Toxic Yuri.
As
Say
you
that when we're
finish
talking about the
cutting the last line of the cable, Skylar starts twitching. Really badly twitching and thrashing.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
As you hear her scream out in pain. Io, your head is ringing louder than anything you've experienced before.
Oh,
Never
lovely.
at any point have you heard this pain. As you are probably about to reel over from this debilitating pain, the rest of the party, who I assume is looking at Skylar, watches as her hair starts to fall out and her skin and muscle and fat starts to melt away
Ugh.
from her face, peeling back, unveiling a skull that then starts to disintegrate into dust. As from the top down, you watch as she liquefies. And it just sizzles away into nothing. The last thing you hearing of her is the screams of her pain. I want all of you to take 2 stress. Dash, you're taking 3 instead. Io, you're taking 3 instead.
Yeah.
I was literally just about to ask if I could take 3 instead. if you
I'm
didn't.
shocked I don't have to roll, but I'm fine.
Hey
with
guys,
it.
I'm really glad I picked up nerve.
Hey, so I was already in the middle of drinking. Can I use that to just take 1 stress instead?
No, that's not enough. That's gonna haunt you, dude.
It's already haunting me.
Do I take any stress for both my earlier actions with the grenade and for the fact that I definitely caused this by capturing her?
I'm going to say not in this case. The reason Dash took the extra damage was because Dash was right up against her when this happened, having cut the cable connecting her to the back of the mech. And Io's taking it because Io reasons.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to look at Dash, and I want to just see how Dash is doing with this.
Yeah! Not
Hitting the knife
good!
super hard.
Yeah!
Can I just, like, quickly just, like, slide over to you and kneel down and just go, you didn't know. You couldn't have known.
That sounds like you are indeed helping. You are trying to deal with Dash. Go ahead and make a roll to see how effective that is.
All right, I don't think I have... Well, I don't think Stay Cool really... I don't know if that works in this. Maybe Inspire?
I didn't... Ooh, Inspire works.
Inspire.
I feel like Inspire. Let's give this a shot. I'm trying to just be like, oh, this is gonna fuck with him.
I could threaten you.
No, I can't get the words out.
He just looks you in. If you have eyes.
I do. You can
Oh,
kind
you have eyes,
you can
nice.
kind of see him through the mask.
I don't. We are going to.
It took me all my nerve to get past that myself. I didn't have enough to spare.
You were saying, Dash?
We're going to fucking end the burners.
Hey,
That is some definite anger there.
hey, with what just happened to her, to the clone. Oh shit!
Turns around.
Oh, shit!
I look behind me. Io's laying like Family Guy, fallen over.
Just in pain.
And Dash will run up him to try to help you out. Patch again.
Could I try patch myself to try to figure out like why they disintegrated like that?
Patch on what though?
Yeah, there's nothing there.
There's nothing medical.
There's nothing left.
There is
There was-
literally nothing there anymore.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Could he potentially use it as like a medical recall?
Yeah, this seems like
If you
something
wanna
for the
try and-
clone.
If you want to try and put a bit of knowledge of medical to try and figure out what that might be, go ahead and give me a roll.
Oh, yes, please.
Yo, Dr. Pirate?
Yar.
He is
You-
not a
you-
doctor.
He knows
Fucking
shit
clue
all.
what happened.
Scurry.
He's-
Continue.
I was gonna say Xavier's gonna die in 5 years because he doesn't know that fucking eating his best fruits and veggies stops scurvy.
I'm actually gonna just look at it. Savior didn't know that this is what he was going to witness when signing up for this job or being given the job.
Yeah.
And it's like mission is accomplished. He shouldn't care, but like those eerie screams still echoing in his head.
You know, it's probably
he-
for the best Io didn't see that happen.
Yeah, he's
If
going to take
Io
a.
directly saw it, there would have been worse.
That would have been an immediate burden.
What was her name now again? I'm really bad with names.
Skylar.
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 Xavier's going to take another big swig of his bottle.
Just down it, dude.
Yar, wherever you may be, rest well now, Skylar. And he's going to pour one out.
I'm going to patch Io. Try.
Well, it's more from the headache, which I don't know if it's gone yet.
Oh,
It is
oh yeah,
For
the,
two
burning like
ibuprofen.
hell.
Okay, yeah, no, she's still debilitated.
the sharp, absolute searing pain that you have never experienced before is gone, but it is still. This is one of your "I'm down for the count" type headaches.
Mm-hmm.
That said, Jay,
Mhm.
if you are coming over to investigate Io right now,
Yep.
I want you to roll me a 2d6 real quick.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Ooh, that's high.
Hmm.
but is it good?
Okay.
I don't know.
So that's a -8 to your roll for Patch because
Okay.
you just worked on somebody who looked like this and they melted in front of you.
Yeah, that's a good
Your
point.
nerves are not exactly the best, and you're not feeling the most confident in your medical abilities right now. But you are able to get down and you have a syringe, not a stim, but another medical drug that you are able to give that is effectively, it's basically space morphine. It numbs the pain and should help Io here. And it does. Io, your headache does recede. You have no idea what's causing it, Jay. You just knew a solution for address pain immediately that should work. So Io is functional again. Head is still very sore.
I'm probably gonna begin checking for concussion, partially as a way to distract Dash.
Yeah, I will let Dash keep at that. He won't find anything with that roll. That said, at this point, you are going to be approached by Harrison machines who are not exactly happy, but because of how the distress signal was sent, Jay, you sending the footage of what happened,
Mm-hmm.
they know it wasn't you guys. And they are going to look at you all and it's like, we need to get out of here now. We need to deal with this mess. We're sending you to IPSN. That's what the general was about to do. They'll be able to take you better there.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledged.
Yar.
Are you guys going to do anything before they ship you off? Because at this point,
I am
Mhm.
going to. Since I am able to handle it with nerve, I'm going to tell them, by the way, the person responsible for killing your captain doesn't really exist anymore.
I see.
There is no
Pointing at the
there
level of
is
the
no
cockpit.
person to condemn, there is no body to bury.
Yar.
I'm gonna leave the knife in the cockpit.
Understandable. I would not keep that knife either.
Oh, look at this loot.
Yeah. Revna is gonna
Right.
finally, after like being relatively close to all of that, finally speak up in a sort of like a nervous tone, like just grab our mechs, please. Take what you can. We need to recollect. Okay.
Yep.
Is that cool with you, Harrison, buddy?
They'll be brought along with you. We'll send you off with this wreck as well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You need it more than we might.
Oh,
So
also,
you all-
I'm like I asked them.
Mhm.
I'm assuming your captain is dead.
He is. Xavier is going to be assuming command here. Commandant Xavier.
I walk up to the nearest Harrison soldier. I do the hand on shoulder meme, and I just go, "Good luck."
Ha! Yeah. No. Cordell is gone.
I'm going to go back into my mech.
Yeah.
And to the what was the name of the guy that was the commander before Xavier?
The other one, Xavier.
Mhm. Yeah, but before Xavier, there was
Oh, Cordell.
Cordell. Gonna pour one out for Cordell as well.
You're wasting so much alcohol. It's all over the fucking floor.
Brenda's gonna look at Anu and just like he fucking just ignore him right now. This we let's just get the fuck out of here, okay?
All
And,
right.
to Xavier, I was good fighting with you.
The Frenchman looks at you, confused, but seeming to acknowledge it. Thank you. You can make your way out now. He's pretty shaken. A lot of his gusto is gone.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Before they leave, Io's going to look for, like, in and on the mech for any markings of identification of a group or anything like that, if there is anything.
There's no discernible markings like that. Though, if your time behind the wheel has taught you anything, definitely looks like SSC handicraft. Cockpit certainly seems it.
Fair enough.
As it is, the thing will be being recovered as you all are escorted out, and the machines that are not functional are hauled out, and the ones that are able to help carry things, including the wreck of the Phantom. That's the one you get. The world burners are left there. As Harrison goes and addresses what has happened to their black site. You all are loaded into a transport and then into a submarine and brought up to the surface and sent over to Monborg. It's going to be a long trip. Well, not a long trip, but it's a decent length trip, as the weight of everything that has just happened, the fact that you all have been lied to, the fact that the very things, the people you were trying to find were right under your noses the entire time, and that scream are just going to hover over everybody as you quietly are brought over to Monborg. An island city, industrial and heavy with smog, large buildings and warehouses looming, hangars and machinery, a lot of more traditional vehicles, trucks, APCs, and a substantial amount of logistics going on. As the clearly Harrison marked vessel starts to approach, they go on defense before a fairly small mech steps out onto the dock and tells them all to stand down, waiting for the submarine to surface at the dock and open up, letting you all out. Welcome to Monborg. I do not have a map for Monborg at the moment, because Monborg is a very large city, and I have to map out things in procedural. I'm not making the same mistake I did with Mobula, where I made a map that was so laggy nobody could do it.
The good old days.
At this point, you are greeted by a man who looks to basically be in an up-armored exosuit. Takes off his helmet, and there is a grizzled face under there. He's completely bald, short, white beard, but he's clearly still active. And he greets you. Let me get the fucking voice on tongue. Hold on. Oi there! You lot! Harrison! You don't look it. Why are you here?
Yar! Who do I be hearing? Do I know this man?
I feel like
You
should.
would, Xavier.
Yeah.
That is General Walter, the current leading command of IPSN here on Vadis.
General Walter?
Yep, General Walter.
Man, Walter and Skylar, we're on a roll. We just need Hank.
Leader of IPSN on... Oh, General of IPSN on... what was it now?
Vadis. And he's going to look over all of you and realize Xavier's and is like, oh, so that's one of my men, eh?
Yar.
Something
Nice
tells
to
me
meet
you're
you.
not here for... Yes, I recognize you, Xavier. Something tells me you're not here for a social call or a fight.
Yar. No.
This does not exactly seem right.
Where this,
Oh,
this be
Oh.
my new entourage, my new crew. My mission went a bit awry. And had it not been for this wonderful new crew, I would have not made it out.
yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Revna's gonna sort of limp up real quick. I'm Revna Wrecker with Union. I guess currently, what, field lead, I guess? With, basically.
You've always really felt
with-
like it, I mean.
What was that?
You've always really felt like it. You really take charge, you know?
I try my best. Listen, I'm here with my squad of unknown name. Reza doesn't say that part. I'm here with my squad. We're here on Union business, tracking terrorist group, World Burners. Little orange black fucks like the Burn Danes. We're aware about certain agreements on this planet, so we know you know about
as
these
soon
guys.
as you say that, he raises one hand, as if to stop you. He's like, I see. Right then, well, you all come with me. Bring your machinery, bring what's left of it. Xavier, you'll need to fill me in on your report, and I want to get a scoop of this situation from you all.
Yar.
And he basically signals you all to come with him, leading you all into a hangar where you're able to deposit the wrecked machines and your current mechs and actually disembark as he climbs out of his suit and greets you all. Let me actually pull up the bit of art I have of him. I don't have the nice pop-out thing that I really should have. Characters. This is General Walter.
Oh, look at him! What a guy!
I like
he's
his
like a-
gun.
Yeah, he's just a big boss, dude. I love him.
It's fucking striker.
One thing that isn't represented on this token, because I used a token builder for it, he does have a tertiary mechanical arm, and It looks as though his right arm is also mechanical.
Oh.
Relatable.
Also relatable.
Everybody, anybody of note in IPSN has a mechanical arm.
I don't know what's so special about a mechanical arm.
I was about to say, we have like.
Says the
two
mechanical man
biological
over
arms.
there.
You've been traveling with
Party.
Darth Vader for weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we got the $5 million man over here.
Prize.
So how do you drink?
Your mouth.
Xavier,
Yeah.
wait, are you asking Onua that, or are you asking
Yeah, I'm
Walter
asking
that?
Inua.
I point to the thing on my back and go, see this? It's not oxygen. It's a feed tube. I put my grains and oats in there.
Yeah, I think.
No, just kidding. I can't fucking drink. I put everything through an IV.
$5 man.
I'm a big fan of oatmeal boy Onua.
dollars.
Look, I have a Pegasus. I mean, like, I'm basically a horse.
You have alerted the horse.
Peanut, the
anyway.
horse is here.
Anyway, General, what's his
Walter.
face?
General Walter here.
Walter.
So,
Yeah, so,
mind explaining to me what all has gone down?
A lot.
yeah. All right, I'll handle the talking here. You guys just relax for a bit, add what you can. So, couple months ago, unknown terrorist group aided in an insurrection on planet Union was trying to bring to the fold. Bastards did a lot of damage, especially because of some NHPs they fucked around with, right? You know, so we track them here. This is one of the few locations we know that they might be operating. And we took a bet. You guys, or SSC, we're both familiar with both of you, but we hedged our bets on SSC for fuck knows if I know why. Revna's very clearly mad, but turns out after they had us do a few missions for them, wreck house with GMS and Harrison for a bit, that sly bastards are harboring the very terrorists we're actually looking at. So yeah, we're kind of in a shit mood, so I'd appreciate you going easy on us, General.
Oh, Noah's actually currently in the back, playing very quiet lo-fi beats out of his speaker system.
Yeah, he needs he needs to stim and relax right now. I don't blame him.
I offer you a bottle in these trying times.
Stop! Where do you get all these fucking bottles of grog?
Where? I'm sorry. Didn't you pack extra rations in your pilot gear?
I was
Are we
about to
like
say, he probably has personalizations.
Prize.
personalizations? 10,000 grog.
It's what I used to cool the Leviathan with.
Oh, fuck off.
A bottle
Anyway.
of Kraken, you know?
All right. Let's fucking go on. We gotta move forward before pirate talk takes over.
Yeah.
Yarr!
Trying to find voice again. Oh my god, I'm losing it again.
Just say.
Bill
I know.
Overbeck from fucking Left 4
Fuck off.
Dead. Dead by Daylight.
Right then. Well, definitely seems like things have taken a turn for the worse then. I'll go leave for details later. But you all should get in communication with any of your others to get out, since it sounds like you came here with a crew. And, well, they wouldn't be here. I will do what I can. I take it you spoke with Cordell.
Briefly, he's dead. Xavier's in control now.
Cordell's dead. That's an old fucking coot I never thought I'd see kick the bucket, but suppose circumstances are not normal right now.
The
No.
world burners.
I assume
What's that, Jay?
The world burners assassinated him.
I'm assuming that he at least got to mention to you all about our little agreement.
Indeed.
Aye.
Right. So, I suppose I should owe you all an explanation then. Especially you, Xavier, considering you got yourself
Yeah.
all tied up in this.
Yeah, I'm really confused about that part.
So-
Why was I sent to spy on some allies?
We had agreed among High Command to a ceasefire. Not a proper truce, not an alliance, but a ceasefire. As all of us would focus to deal with SSC's more aggressive moves lately. This mercenary company they hired has been causing a lot of problems, and from the sounds of it, these world burners you're speaking of. The thing is, Harrison had a bit more information than they seem to be letting on, and so we sent a team to try and do a more espionage-focused mission. Xavier was there as their muscle, but evidently they caught wind and did not take too kindly to that. Xavier was supposed to be transferred back here. I see now why he didn't arrive with the original rendezvous time, as he was off gallivanting with you lot. Though from the sounds of things, that was probably for the better. Either way, I think at this point, with Cordell dead, we're going to need to escalate things. If they are brazenly attacking our high command, and even able to get into places as secure as that Harrison facility, which we suspected was very under lock and key, we need to step up our game here. I will be in contact with the high command of GMS, and I'm going to assume the other Xavier, who's now taking up position in that black site. We're going to try and come to an agreement, we'll say. See if I can get an alliance on the go like I had been telling them, and actually fully commit to this conflict. Until such a time, we will work with you all and see about getting you all shaped up. Xavier,
Aye.
given presiding circumstances, I am going to, for the time being, assign you to keep working with this team. The more hands we have on deck, the better. We've unfortunately lost your old team, and it seems like the more we can pool our strength together, the better.
Aye. If you all wouldn't mind me tagging along, of course.
Well, not like we have any better options. At least immediately, especially with Grease Monkey out of commission. So, I guess welcome aboard, Captain Blubberbeard.
I don't have a beard, but thank you very much.
I knew we should have
Uh,
picked up John.
She's not gonna shake his hand, by the way.
I am
She's
not
no-
offering. I am not
she-
offering.
She knows where it's been.
Looks at mechanical hand. You give up a few things, chasing a dream.
Shut the fuck
Oh.
up.
Anyway. Aye.
So,
I'll be sure to keep in touch with any reports. These world burners, they're... I'll add the footage in my report.
Right then. Well, I'll be looking for that report soon. Give me one moment.
Love you too, King.
I didn't know Xavier could write. Good job.
I didn't know he could read.
Oh shit!
Hello, away team. Do you come in? Repeat. Do you come in?
I assume this is not over my comms.
No, you wouldn't have those comms.
Yeah, we do. We're here. For better or
What,
for worse.
We lost communications for some time once you got further down. What happened?
A lot.
SSC was, God, broke contract. They were the ones who hired the world burners.
You're going to hear what can only be described as futuristic dial-up noises for a moment.
Which is just dial-up noises, let's be fair.
That would explain a lot. SSC just cut communications with us. We've lost contact with the members of a crew that were stationed on ground, including Jones.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
I'm
They got
going
a
to
boy?
assume they know. So this is where I'm going to bring up. Remember how Jones went to leave and was getting picked up?
That's true.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And they have clearly figured out that something is not right. Scanners and comms are telling me you're currently situated over with IPSN Monborg, correct?
That's right.
I see. I shall appraise the captain of this immediately. In the meantime, I advise you to keep in touch with IPSN and work on things down there until we can further establish a plan of action.
Aye.
Right then. And Brio will cut comms after another moment of hesitation.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was gonna say after we cut comms, I'm gonna walk over to Revna, and I'm just gonna be like,
Mhm.
"So at what point are we gonna tell them about the other thing?"
Listen, big man. Fuck if I know at this point. Tomorrow we need a break. We need a minute. Like, I don't know about you, but and she's like a gesture to everyone in the team. Everyone looks like shit. I feel like shit. You feel like shit.
You
We
look
need-
like shit.
I look like shit. We need just a moment before we fill out any fucking paperwork. All right. So I know we're breaking protocol here, but
Fuck the
get it.
protocol. I pat
Yeah.
you on the shoulder. Aye, aye, Captain.
all right.
Right. So, we're going to enter more of a time skip montage
Hell yeah.
for
We're
the
gonna need a
next
montage.
week. Over this week, you all are going to get that license level that we talked about last session and have all of the work done on your new mechs. They've got plenty of tools and facilities here in order to do all the requirements necessary. They have printers, they have OmniNet access, the works. While this is going on as well, I am going to now ask you all for your downtime actions. These don't all have to take place at the same time, but during this week, each of you is going to get to take a downtime action. I'm going to link in chat again what those are for people who do not remember. in this group.
Thank you.
Or those who have never done it before.
Mhm.
That's right.
Oh wow. Also, I turned in my report about at the end of the day, I'd say.
LinkedIn chat, this is the Comic-Con page. At the very bottom are your downtime actions. Clicking on an action will give you more details on what it does. If memory serves, Revna, you've already got one ready.
That's right. So, before I do that, quick question for the game.
Mhm.
Does anyone want a battle rifle back? Do you
There
want a
is-
battle
you
rifle?
did
or
lose
no?
your battle rifle.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, battle rifle. I don't need it
Do you-
anymore, but
You don't need it?
no,
Alright.
I have a new replacement for it.
Alright. Then, it is time. Oh, it'd be really cool, Comic-Con, if you loaded so I can remember the exact, doohickey, what it's called? That would be really cool. Alright. Revna, in her search to basically try and get an edge up and take advantage of the fact that ISBN and a bit of Harrison and a bit of GMS are starting to coalesce, she is going to scrounge and barter. Specifically, she's going to see if we can get some method of support out in the field, whether it's like a recon drone or like a sniper team, just something to get an extra edge from the resources here. But she'll even take like just random mech doohickeys if she needs to. She is desperate.
So, you are going to try for a scrounge and barter.
That's right.
So, in this particular case, so you are not particularly picky about what you get. You want some form of support,
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah. Whether it's like a mech system, like a little like something mech related, or just outright assistance from the forces in terms of like weapon, like you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, I need you to roll me a d20
Okay, a D20.
as I
All
grab
right.
my notebook of downtime actions.
All right. This is a flat D20.
Mm-hmm. Just a flat d20.
You got it. 10.
A 10. All right, hold on.
Middle of the road, baby.
Evna.
But at what cost?
Scrounge 10. On a 10 to 19, you get what you want, but you choose the price you need to pay. Time, dignity, reputation, health, comfort, and wellness. I am going to say, because you got it on the 10, you said you weren't picky about what you got, right?
Yeah.
Then I am going to pick what you are able to get instead.
Okay.
Because we had talked about this a little bit in advance, so I knew that this was coming. Let me pull up the specific here.
Yeah. Revna is currently at home, kind of, even if she doesn't like it, in this really factory-centered place, searching around, looking for all this garbage.
Right. We... I'm just looking through the things. All right. You are able to get the assistance of a sniper team reserve.
Yeah.
Ground
Oh.
forces consisting of IPSN and Harrison Marines, getting a crash course in joint operations for the mission, and it is going to be focused on target shooting. You can spend this reserve at the start of any combat to call on a nearby sniper team to provide with fire support. For the rest of that scene, each time you take the lock-on quick tech action, your target takes 2 AP damage.
Oh, that's really
Yep,
good
this is-
for me.
Yep. This is what I wanted because I knew we're a lock-on heavy team, and I think both Jay and I are going to be like either using skirmishes for me, where I only use basically one mount, so I have a free action, or alternatively for Jay, you might like dual tech or like similar, right?
No, I'm taking like no offensive tech actions anymore.
I have some
Oh,
news
yeah.
for you. Someone
But-
has
oh,
leaned
wait.
heavily into offensive tech actions.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
right. So that
very
means-
good for me.
That means you'll also lock on. All right, high five, buddy.
Ah!
So,
Argonaut shields
the hold on. You basically are able to build some rapport with some of the on-site Marines. IPSN clearly has a more regimented group here, and with that, you are able to effectively make buddies with some of the snipers and some of their more spec ops that actually do see combat and are able to get an IOU from them.
Nice. Brenda is pretty stoked. She's gonna, learn their names, keep their contacts, but the key information for her is just knowing now they're gonna have infantry on the field with them. Even if they're from afar, it's gonna be a lot of help, especially with how crowded Shay is gonna get in the future. So Revna is happy about that, and will otherwise kind of just do her usual, try and get drinks, chat with the team, chat with the locals, try and check in with the Albatross, but at this point she's got too much on her mind to really focus about that, even if she really wants to. And that's Revna.
All right. Does anyone else have their idea on what they want to do for downtime ready yet?
If no one else does, I'll have a go. It's a bit open-ended, but I have an idea for it, and I'm curious to see if we can go along with it.
Shoot.
So, in the terms of what we just experienced,
Mm-hmm.
I, of course, I'm sure everybody else is just like trying to, every time it pops into their mind, they're just like, nope, don't think about it. I was able to, nerve that out, and I was able to just kind of go, all right, what the fuck? So he wants to know. He wants to know what the fuck kind of hookup setup that was in that mech that can cause that to happen. That can cause someone to just literally look like they aged into fucking dust. So I want to do gather information.
All right. Give me 1 second.
I want to basically look up records of indicated instances where this might have happened. Maybe organizations that have performed illegal cloning. To also try and find out, hey, how is there a clone of IO that IO's never heard of?
So,
Is there any way for me to help him with this?
okay, so
You
I
know what's
gotta
really
say,
funny?
I think there's already somebody else who should be trying to help with this.
Yeah.
And if you did, that would be great.
a particular person who's been DMing me, hey, can I investigate this stuff?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh man, new IO adventure. I'm kind of hyped, honestly.
I want in on this. Because also,
Okay.
I was
basically,
freeze me up.
potentially poking. Yeah, I was poking Jay about it if they want to join in too.
you see
I
Onua,
something else I would like to do, so I'm happy to have it be you guys.
because Onua, like over the week, has been like nervously adjusting his suit and kind of like messing with things because he's just like, oh fuck, SSC built this.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like,
Yeah, same.
what if there's triggers
Especially
and shit?
Io. How
Yeah.
do you think Io feels right now?
Oh yeah, he's kind of
Like,
looking at you two.
Io's
He's just like,
Like
Oh.
Io is usually quiet, as you guys would know, but lately she seemed more withdrawn than quiet.
So, because I have had a few potentials coming
Fucking
through
headset, I'm
here,
fucking goddamn
I'm going to say it like this. Each of you kind of working on this shared project, I will give everyone a I will say a D3 advantage dice because you are all working together to your D20 roll. But each of you is going to do, who's participating in this info search, is going to kind of gather for their own section of it. Onua, you specifically mentioned wanting to find out what the hell kind of connection that was and what made Skylar fucking dissolve.
yeah. What kind of setup was that in that cockpit?
So you're wanting to look into that.
I'm basically trying to research that technology and find out how the fuck that happened.
Okay. Io,
Mm-hmm.
you were wanting to look through Mirror Smoke records in order to find out about anything that you could about being cloned. So you're basically going to try and dig through your connection access for details on it.
And I also brought up potentially anything related to that name.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to do a dive for who is Skylar.
Mm-hmm.
Dash.
Yep.
What are you particularly intending to look up on this subject?
My plan was different than looking up
Okay.
info.
Mm-hmm.
If Omni's helping, then I might go back to my original action.
Okay.
Then if that's fine.
Then I
Yeah.
would say do that. Okay.
Okay.
So, in that case, Onua, I want you to roll me a D20 plus 1D3.
D20 plus 1D3. Also, give me just one moment. I'm just looking something up.
Yep.
I'm doing a lot of shit on the fly, but I want to make this interesting.
Because I also rolled separately to see like would Dash go for his original plan or new plan,
Mm-hmm.
and I had
Gotcha.
original plan,
Okay, all good.
and that was before you asked too. So
Mm-hmm.
Lines up then.
it was weighted to new plan too, but I rolled the thing that was on.
All right,
You
that'll
guys
work.
weren't exactly expecting to start today's session with Indiana Jones, Raiders of the
No.
Lost Ark, were ya?
No.
No.
No. All right.
I
so
got my sniper team.
slash
though.
R 1D20 plus 3. No, plus 1D3. Well, let's just I'll just do it
1D20
separate.
plus 1D3. Yeah. Give
So
me the
here-
two rolls.
Here's the 20. Oh, we love to see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, that makes it 20. So
All right.
I do have a
Close
way I
one.
want to flavor this. Do you want me to message you
for it.
first or just kind of go for it?
Go for it.
All right.
You're getting this information.
So Io, you're with me on this. I
Mhm.
basically, as we're talking about looking this shit up, I'm bringing it up to you, I'm just like, we got to figure this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
we're kind of like looking up terminals and we're looking up feeds. I'm just like, oh shit, right, I got a new license. I got to set that up real quick. So you see him, he's at the terminal, he's kind of activating his new license level. And you're just kind of sitting there, you look over and you look at him, and for a moment he just stops typing. You see his posture kind of change a little differently. He's a little more like leaned back. He's not, his head's kind of up, tilted up a little bit. It's not usual posture for him. He's usually always hunched over. He's not looking at the screen, and he starts typing in something. And you peer over his shoulder. He's signing into an account that you've never heard of him using before. As he enters in this really long password, hits enter, and all of a sudden, he is on a Horus site. He pauses again for a moment, kind of like shakes his head and just goes, "What the hell?"
You know what? That is perfect.
That is lovely.
That pops off. Good job.
And the last thing is, he looks at the account and he's like, "What the fuck? What did I just do? What the fuck did I just log into? Who the hell is Emerald Hawk?"
Oh my
What
god,
is a slime wire?
Yo, Omni, are you possessed by fucking the green Bionicle?
It's weird. It's just, he just looks at it like, what the fuck? And he just goes, but he starts reading, he starts scrolling, he just goes, "Oh shit, okay." He like gestures, he's just like, "Io, get over, you want to read this."
Let me explain. You are able to find an article on flash cloning, and specifically an article on what is described as safeties. Things designed to prevent rogue agents. Some systems describe things such as memory erasure or asset liquefaction. Things that sound awfully similar to what you saw. There's other ones listed, such as violent nuclear combustion.
Oh.
It's a lot of things on effectively ways to prevent a cloned person from causing problems, ways to hardwire into their genetics a failsafe to eliminate a person. It's not a cybernetic implant. It is a genetic sequence in a person, in the clone, that is triggered by some form of external stimuli.
Holy shit.
So that is really bad.
I want to try and see if
just
this
about.
article lists anything about ways to remove failsafe, please.
Yeah, please.
It does list a couple things, namely that there are some telltale signs or symptoms of a failsafe. Things include requiring a consistent power source to be applied to certain parts of the body. Almost like needing to be electronically shocked every now and then. Also note, Jay, Dash does not have radiation poisoning. You're good.
Yippee!
I get that concern. If it was the nuclear option, you wouldn't be standing here.
I heard nuclear. I was like, oh.
No, it was liquefaction taken literally.
Yeah, asset liquefaction.
Basically just snipped the fucking DNA sequence and just goodbye all of your cells.
All the cells stopped, like, all the cells just fell off each other.
Yeah,
Flick
cell
switch.
just every single cell just instantly died and withered away in accelerated behavior.
Get Nickelodeon time, the fucker.
the biggest thing is things such as the asset liquefaction safety have a side effect of causing a more acidic than usual blood. The amnesiac failsafe has an issue with people suddenly forgetting things for days at a time before coming to. Something that, well, you guys have forgotten stuff has never been like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the nuclear one kind of involves a long-term life of those clones, tends to have increased odds of cancer and cancerous cells that, well, curable because we're in the year of our Lord and Lancer. Yes, it is not good, and it is a telltale sign that there is something wrong with the person's genetics that would be causing them to do that, as if they're being exposed to radiation when there's nothing around. You two exhibit none of those symptoms.
Good.
Oh no, he's gonna start looking at everyone
Yeah.
on his team.
As they were reading through, Io was definitely in like a cold sweat, waiting
Yeah,
to find something.
Understandably, none of you have those symptoms.
Yeah, nothing changed about all that mole's new.
Ugh.
I didn't know I had this spot before.
It's also worth noting that the failsafes appear to only really be put into flash clones, which this is the first you two have heard of anything called a flash clone. You knew cloning was a thing, but the flash part is new. Though it's very simply put as a rapid clone. So that's about all you're able to get on that, but that is all your info. You two now know what happened, and that you are not going to experience in it.
They like there's
Wait, we're like nervously laughing.
Probably not feeling quite sick.
Yeah.
All right. From
Honestly,
that,
Io's just relieved that those headings aren't a potential failsafe.
Also,
Yeah.
okay,
what's giving you the migraines? The cancer?
do I get anything else from this information? From this account, I mean.
from that account, you suddenly get a notification that you've been promoted.
Does it come up like a pop-up?
It's just
Clippy.
It's just like this as you're closing out of the window. It fades to black. You see, congratulations on your promotion, with what looks like ASCII art fireworks before it quickly vanishes, and that page is gone.
Oh wait,
No recollection of where it was opened. Nothing in the history.
can I reflavor? I have an idea.
Shoot.
So all of a sudden, as I try to go into the account management, because I'm like, all right, what the fuck is this account I logged into? I go in and that pops up, and all of a sudden it's
There
like
you go.
a kind of like almost butlery kind of voice just goes, "Greetings, Master Hawk. I will be your NHP assistant. Please install me into the Pegasus immediately so that we may continue our work." And he just goes, "What are you talking about? Oh, forgive me. You do not seem like Master Hawk at all. Now the credentials seem to line up, but facial scan failed, thumbprint non-existent. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to lock your account for now, but I do look forward to working with you." As the account closes itself and locks him out.
Good.
Does he give it like a little wave as he goes?
Oh, yes. You may refer to me as Sisyphus.
Oh no.
See you soon,
Hey,
Master, Onua. As it just logs out.
Yeah, at this point, that computer tower is going to like the main housing for that particular terminal you were on is going to shift slightly, and its I/O ports are not there anymore. It's not connected to the terminal correctly. Looks like it is a casket port instead for would be on a standard NHP. Congratulations! The tower is now the casket holding your new friend.
I can't believe you just installed Bonzi Buddy.
I just installed Bonzi Buddy.
You did it.
Wait! I have the sprite for this! I have a
Oh no!
There is a Bonzi
Also,
Buddy.
that wasn't my joke, it was fucking Jay's. I just saw the image in chat and needed to share.
Hold on, wait. I'm
I
putting
heard
it
you
in
try
chat.
not to lose your shit, man.
Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna put this on stream and I'm gonna put this in chat.
In
But-
order's draft.
This is why they always tell you not to click on
These
strange links.
revenge! Hold on, let me
Oh, God.
feed it into Foundry
Yes.
momentarily.
Yes.
While I am doing the funny feeding this into Foundry,
Yep.
Kyle, if you could give me that same D20 and D3 roll, that would be wonderful.
Fuck is a Sisyphus?
I don't like my odds. Yeah, I didn't like my odds.
Hold on
give
to
me
my
the
D8.
D3.
I didn't like my odds.
Close one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me, for stream's sake. There he is.
That boy, shit, what up?
The Revenge of Bonzi Buddy. Available on the Retrograde Discord in all its scuffed, horrific glory for anyone to use.
We're gonna see that sprite being reused as like a boss from the World Burners. Mark my fucking words.
No. As funny as that would be, no, I'm taking this
Fucking-
seriously.
Fucking Bonzi Buddy appears against the Sisyphus NXP. Hello, other probability. It seems I have made the better choice.
So, Io,
Yeah.
you are going to be going through the records. You've got a grand total of a 6 for the roll, and
Yeah.
you are troweling through the Mirror Smoke Mercenary Company records, trying to find any information on cloning or anything about a person named Skylar. And you do find something. You find what is in some of their more archived data. You have to effectively bypass and use an admin account password that you've previously gotten access to as an old IOU from a buddy, we'll say. You get into the classified files and you find an old pilot record for somebody named Skylar Dunham. There's not much info on Skylar Dunham other than they were invited to be part of an experimental program. The experimental program does not have many details, noting that it was outsourced with SSC and that they would be the primary conductors of it, while Mirror Smoke would would continue as the handlers. And that's the last data entry you find involving Skylar. There is no specific mention of cloning. There's no specific mention of anything else other than a smoking gun of this was a person here and they were part of a special program with SSC. Before you can go digging for any other information, you get locked out. And the system you are on effectively self-terminates itself. It
Lovely.
cooks its own hardware out. Meanwhile, your personal communicator gets a message. Your contract with us has been terminated.
Yep.
Congratulations, you are no longer with Mirror Smoke Mercenary Company. Io has been fired because she got caught fast breaking the rules.
Man, I can't.
Position at Dollar General. We just hired someone.
Yeah.
That's even true.
Yeah.
Somebody of IPSN looks over your shoulder and sees you've been terminated. Well, we have been looking for a new intern, so if you're
By the way, ISBN must be pissed. We stole one computer to turn to an NHP. We blew up another. We're not.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that to some of the rec officers. But
As I bring the casket over, they're like, "What the hell did you do to the terminal?" And you just hear a voice come out of it. Personally, I think this is a significant upgrade. Shoo now. We have business to attend to.
the thing is, it can absolutely do that.
they get revenge by installing a Steam engine. Fuck you.
These archaic terminals are pissing me off. I'm the original Sisyphus.
Fuck off!
Get pissed on, loser.
I'm just dying for the fact that it's like, oh yeah, Bremda's making friends. She's getting a sniper team. A new one, IO, currently understanding horrors beyond our comprehension.
I have good
You
news,
get a
bad
horse.
news, and kind of good news.
You get
Good
horse.
news
You
is,
get a horse.
I don't think any of us are
Not
clones that
going
are going to
to
dissolve horribly. Other good news, I have a new friend. Bad news, I've been billed for a fine. I need to take out a loan. Can any of you lend me money? Turns out these computers are very expensive.
Bad news, everyone. A Nigerian prince from Union apparently needs money. We gotta help him out, guys.
Please, I am a long-term friend of yours. I need $30,000.
Bad news, guys. Animal control took the Pegasus.
They took my nerd. God, right.
What the fuck
Fucking-
am I gonna do for downtime
Yeah.
after?
Yeah, we've got Dash still to do. It's like, well, what the fuck are we doing now? How are we comparing to that?
We've got like
That
military
wasn't
buddy
interesting.
montage. We have 2 incidents that you would probably put 999 music with.
Fuck yeah.
So now it's like, all right, pirate boy, what you be getting up to, me scallywag?
I'm gonna give those two just a moment to think a bit more, and I'm gonna call a bio break. I need to refill my water and use the washroom. Anyone else who needs to do so, probably do the same. Get a snack, get some water, whatever, because
I've been able to do that
an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Well,
Yeah, I know,
the
dipshit.
principal times, and you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm gonna go train out my delts. I'll be right back.
Good news, bad news. I got locked in a freezer with a girl. Have you heard about Unfree?
Fuck. Yeah. Fuck. I was gonna make the same joke, you motherfucker. Guys, have you heard about Ice 9? That's pretty cool.
Have you heard about on a desert planet, there was this Egyptian woman who got trapped in ice? What's Egypt, by the way?
So it was there's the melting failsafe, there's the amnesiac failsafe, there's the nuclear failsafe. I think the sign of amnesiac was they were getting shocked occasionally, or no, that was lapses of memory.
It was the fact that he didn't know who they were, aside from that their name was Skylar White, yo.
Yeah, I forget there was one about shocking, and I was like, no, not that one.
The liquefaction one is related to do with occasional electronic. Actually, shocking wasn't even tied to anything specifically. That was one of the things that could trigger it.
Okay.
The specific symptoms were liquefaction, more acidic blood.
Oh, nice.
The
content.
amnesiac one was often losing track of yourself for days at a time.
And the nuclear one was cancer.
Cancer, yes. Randomly manifesting cancer.
Alright, guys, I got good news. We can be bees.
This is good news, Mark. We can be bees.
You can live like a pet.
Like a pet? A pet. Mark,
This
you
is
can
good
live on
news.
for 30 years. This is
God.
insane!
Mark.
Hold on. I can't decide on my downtime activity. I need to watch It's Time to BBs.
Fuck's sake.
I know my downtime
Bio
for like 2
is so
sessions.
fucked.
I love how this session's going. This is a great narrative session.
I should have done more. Damn it! All I got was a sniper team that's really cool and based. I can't believe I got red sniper and blue sniper.
You got the whole group of 2 fort there.
I like that's right. I got the entirety of 2 forts, 16 snipers.
I posted it in in Lancer comms. It's like
Hey, really quick,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Weird question.
Shoot.
It's always detrimental whenever I ask any of these questions.
It's a good sign.
So Io had always been with Mirror Smoke. Would that be a fucking
Yep.
stress?
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about how that goes in a moment. Don't worry.
Cool.
That was already thought of. Don't you worry.
Hey Io, do you remember having a childhood or
Far as you're aware, you do.
Yeah.
cool? Goes back to tinkering.
All right. Since it seems most of us are here again, I am going to go. Jay, what is your downtime action goal?
It is get creative. I am creating a custom Sabotender body. Subaltern, that's it.
Subaltern.
No, no.
Yo,
Sabotender.
you did it again. So
Yo,
this
what-
literally happened in DMs as we were talking. It's like I was trying to remember them and I had to go open up the sheet because I keep trying to say Sabotender and it fucking happened again to you, Jay. I am so sorry.
Yo, I love
Literally all the
Cactar.
time we've been playing Lancer, it's Sabotender in my mind if I don't see Subaltern in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I love Cactar. He's my guy.
I will use Metal Mark to not roll if I'm working on anything with tech. For the rest of the scene, I cannot roll below a 10.
All right. Yeah, fair, but that applies to the whole montage, so this is the only time you can do that.
It's once per scenes. Well, it's once per session for the rest of this. Could I
Oh,
use
it's per
Hacker
session.
Fix?
No.
Okay.
This is
I figured not, but
this is just a flat D20.
RD20. All right.
Pog.
All right, let's see. I had multiple sheets up. You got a 15. You are able to get fairly well along the way. But you're going to need some better electronics in order to allow Susie to upload a version of herself to remotely control the subaltern, and a better workplace to work out of than just kind of a random mech hangar. You need a better specialized workshop for it. You can finish it in your next downtime, assuming you are able to get your hands on the electronics you need and the workspace you need.
Alrighty. Well, I imagine our
Man.
next downtime is in the corpse of the city we're about to bomb, so.
Guys, good guys. As long as we forgot to ask Gunner. Gunner, we need your oh.
sorry,
Yeah.
it's just me.
We traded our explosives expert for a Swedish pirate.
I rolled a
Yeah.
1d3. 1 was to work on Susie's body, 2 or 3 was work towards the new events. I
Oh.
rolled a 1.
Worked out anyways. Right. That leaves us with our main new man over here.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
I am putting you on the spot because it's your downtime action.
Don't worry, I'll take your downtime action, Clem.
We can share.
We can't share. I ate mine already.
No, well, you're gonna have to starve.
No.
I was thinking of getting a damn drink, but knowing Savior and what he usually does, we're not getting a damn drink. We're gonna go diving.
Ooh. So you know that? Oh my God, you're doing dive? Oh no, where the fuck is that in here again?
It's a long rim one.
Yeah, I know. It's just not showing up on my list of ones for some reason. There it is.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
just
found
like
it.
a
It just wasn't scrolling correctly.
Mhm.
So you are going into the city, kind of the less controlled areas of Monborg. It is a large
Okay.
industrial city. There is a seedier side to it, even though IPSN controls it. There are still civilians here.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is basically going to be usable. It's attainable. So let's see.
You can't tell me if it's obtainable or not on this station. What I want is, I'm going to, of course, hold on, keep staying in touch. But since there was a lack of communication on the last mission, I want to make a little bit of a connection, see if there's anything I'm missing out on, you know?
Okay, so let me see.
I want to know more personally.
I'm just I'm just trying to read this because go diving's a slightly more complicated one. Name it looking for you've named that you're looking for more info on the world burners, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking for useful information. Yeah, you can try and get it on this station. So we would need a applicable skill checks such as survive, show off, or word on the street.
I do have word on the street.
Give me word on the street then. That is a 14.
Backstreet Clem. All right.
So what can you tell me about these world burners?
So hang on. Before we go here, give me one more D20 and then a heads or tails.
One moment. Roll 1d20. Tails.
8 and tails, you said. All right. So.
Shit.
Oh, this is funny. So you end up going around looking for information. And you run into a couple of folks, a couple of gents who are hold on. Got a bad message. Okay, cool, we're good. So you end up running into a couple gents kind of in the alleyway, sort of hanging out. They look like they're older soldiers, probably retired or off duty, or fired from duty, given the fact they appear to be doing some sort of substance together.
Ah.
And you go up to them, and what are you gonna say to them?
Yeah.
Yar!
Sorry.
I correct my my coat as I walk up and I say, what do we have here? He thinks to himself, you look like a useful lot.
One of them's gonna look up at you, his eyes very red, slightly unfocused. Yeah? What do you want?
Information.
Information, huh? You a cop?
Nah. Fuck him.
Alright. He kind of flicks his head and gestures you over. Come, sit. Smoke with us. We'll
Hey.
talk. And he
I take
hands
a
you.
seat.
He's going to hand you what looks like a medical injector, like a medical inhaler with tape over it, with the
Can I roll a
logo.
patch?
Sure, we'll do a patch to see if you can recognize it. Go ahead and give me a roll for it.
$23.
All right, you recognize very quickly that this stuff is a fairly common street drug called Bright Eyes.
Ooh.
Bit of a hallucinogenic, fairly potent, not super dangerous. The problem is it's highly addictive and highly controlled.
I've probably
That's-
done this in the past, knowing my past.
All right, you gonna take a hit?
Oh, damn right, I'm taking a hit.
You pop that inhaler in, take a big old whiff. Man, it feels great. You wonder why you ever stopped taking this. You feel like all your worries are aside, and this weird kind of, oh, right, the info, right. So,
Yeah.
all right, you smoke, you're clean. What you need?
I miss this. You look like a lot that has seen some stuff, and I don't just mean the bright eyes. What do you know about the world burners?
World burners. Can't say the name's too familiar. You got a description?
I will pull out some photos that I prepared in advance of their mechs. Flying these sort of colors. Anything you recognize?
Hold on. Oh. Them. As he sort of squints. Yeah, I know them. Hey, Johnny! As another man bolts, like, effectively out of nowhere, comes around from the corner of another cardboard box. He looks baked out of his mind on this shit. Dude is on another plane of existence.
3 canisters.
Meanwhile, his face is covered in burns, scars, damage. And he kind of twitches. He goes, "What you want, Phil?" Listen, Johnny. He's asking about those cultists. And the other dude, this squirrely, completely baked off his mind man, twitches and goes, "Them? Are they back? Don't tell me they're back. I retired from this. I moved here to run away from that." And as he starts panicking, and then grabs another inhaler or two, hits both of them at once, takes a really big breath, and then breathes like, "It's a fucking cult, that is. They think they're working for the future. They're gonna ascend. Ascend, I'm telling you. That's what they want. They got you with that. You want to be better. But, oh, lunatics, they burn you. They scar you." As he runs his hand down his face. I can never see flame again. No, never again. Only the electronic heaters. Induction. I'm done. No open flame. Keep that shit away from me. They're savage. They'd kill me if they knew I was here. They aren't here, are they?
Not for much longer. I take another hit.
But they're here. Oh, and he starts pacing. Oh, I gotta go and get. I gotta get the boys back together. I can probably find my old chassis. I gotta, and you see him fucking run down the hall before diving into a dumpster, and just you have no idea where he's gone. He's fucking out of there.
Oh my god, he's gonna take out the doohickey Amuro's dad gives him.
Yeah, next time we were facing against like the world burners in a scrapyard, there's gonna be a rumble, and Stake and Flame is gonna go into effect, and it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I was about to say there's actually secretly the Bat Cave down that dumpster.
Go, Clem, go check, Clem.
Ooh, this is the spirit. Check. Ooh.
I look. Xavier looks over at the others. He's like, "Is he always like that when they're mentioned?"
Yeah, poor guy used to be part of their ranks or whatever.
He used to.
He left.
Good thing Dutch is
Realized that it was nothing good. Realized that they were doing more harm than good and left. But he still wears his scars and can't really escape his past.
There is always redemption as long as you work for it. I know that very well.
I've heard the stories of what some of these people do.
Aye.
None of it's good. Most of it is thieving and scrapping, but then you get to the sacrifices that he's told us about. He tells us about those on a drug-fueled rant, and I can't think straight. I don't want to think about it, but it's some messed up ritual to their higher beings, they call them. Their next state of evolution. Enlightenment. Some sick, twisted thing. But that's all I want to think about. You've been a good sport. You need more info? We will keep an ear to the ground for them, but make sure to be ready for a good time. Say you come back. You hear?
Yeah. I got to know what I wanted. I need to think this over, replan my own strategies. I have some orders to fill. And I take another hit. I'll be sure to pay you back for this next time I come around here. And I hand it back.
Good on you. Hope you enjoyed it, bud. As he fucking laughs a little bit to himself. Xavier, congratulations! You have a mild addiction to bright eyes.
God, he must be fucking crossfaded right now, considering he's got like his liver's basically a fucking grog distillery.
St. Paul he has a liver anymore.
Replaced that shit years back. Got the new S300 model, Super TI. I ate a piece of bread because I have auto brewery syndrome.
Awful.
Yar, and yeast, I hate ferments.
So glad you rolled that. It's like, you get a mild addiction to one of these. I'm like, I don't know what any of those are. I'm gonna fucking figure it out. Bright Eyes sounds fun. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get fucking Onua hooked on Bright Eyes next.
Assuming I can even take it normally.
Or potentially Io with the shit she's going through right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like see who knew had a weird computer after this.
It is a very controlled substance, so like you're not getting that easy. That is supposed to only be for medical use in micro doses.
Hey, Onua.
Just like plastic.
Onua, hey, turn you back over here. Let me inject your tank with something funny.
Oh my god.
My God.
Dash on the side, as his doctor, I cannot legally say that's okay. But as his friend, it is funny.
Jesus.
Instead of
Well-
passing a hookah around, we're passing around the newest inhaler. Well, yeah,
With
no,
that, we are going to continue up and down with dealing with our stress here. People, go ahead and clear 5 stress, except for Io.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, let me clarify. You clear 5 stress, assuming you have no burdens. Does anyone here have a burden other than Io?
Fuck you.
I'm okay.
Boop, boop. I
So,
got to
Io,
Where's my stress?
if I remember, how many burdens do you have? 2? 1?
I have 1, but it's a 10
Okay.
point.
That's fine. But with that burden,
where do I find?
you
XP
are
on-
clearing.
Sorry for interrupting. Where do I find XP on my sheet?
Oh, like
Bonds.
narrative XP? Bonds.
Loadout bonds.
Where's the stress? Oh, there's the. I can't read.
You just need to
Right
you
here,
just need to
motherfucker.
click it
Bang,
and type
bang,
in a
bang.
new number.
I love you, kitchen gun.
So, Io, normally you would be only clearing 4 stress because of your burden. However, because of what happened, you're clearing 3 because of the DMs that have occurred here and everything that's happened.
Uh-huh.
2, take it or leave it.
So I have
No.
2 stress.
Yeah. Additionally, you get a free special downtime action because you have a burden to try and start healing it.
Okay.
So tell me how you are trying to get over your current major burden.
Fuck if I know.
Remind me what it is again. I'm pulling up your sheet. It might be on it.
Honestly, with the stuff that's happened, I don't know if it would clear up this go.
Checking. Hold on. Oh, I'm not saying it's going to clear this time.
I know. I mean, I don't know if putting a point into it is the right thing with the stuff going on.
It's a skill check.
That's not what I'm talking about, but okay.
I know. This is a free action. If you don't want to take it, you don't feel it's appropriate, you are welcome to not take it.
Right now, with the shit with whoever the fuck that was, and with what happened with MSMC, yeah, I don't think she fucking. I don't think
All
I
right.
do it.
No burden healing it is for you then. So, that leads us to the sort of end of the week as you all have been working and going about your information gathering and researches and making your making your inquiries, meeting up with people, doing drugs. I don't think anyone fought a bear. There's no bears on Havadas. I bet if there was, Xavier
Sea
might have
bears.
potentially tried to fight it.
The only
bears.
bear
There's crabs.
the only bear Xavier fought was himself.
They were gonna. I was.
Truth.
Working on myself every day.
So, you all are summoned to one of the main hangars, and specifically to a meeting room. Don't mind the fact that occlusion is kind of weird. I discovered literally building the session today that the wall occlusion I used in that really cool that really fun scene before, which was narrative focused, is currently busted to fuck. But you all are effectively called into Mr. Walter's kind of briefing room.
Hey,
dining
room.
am I the only one at 99?
Huh?
I'm stuck at 99% loading.
No, just give it a bit.
Give it a second. If you need, feel free to reset the page.
It took me a while. Don't just give it a bit. It took me a while to load into.
All right,
gotta
so Clem, let me
travel
give you a
across the
visual
sea.
interpretation. First thing, we're in the back rooms apparently.
That's right.
Oh,
Oh,
so you
nice.
should just
Jingle,
open up the
jingle,
stream. What was that, Jay?
Jingle, 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 the bathrooms.
Holy shit!
All right, hold on. I need to read. No, nothing loaded. Uh-oh. Technical errors.
Oh,
You keep joining and leaving.
yeah.
It's I don't see anything on my thing.
You're still in.
I don't see anything.
Give it time. This is funkin' weird. Fucking. Whatever.
Friday night funkin'.
Did,
No.
by the way, did Walter like prepare like a nice little dinner party for us? Like,
I don't have a better table. I don't have a better table. That's the best I could fucking do. Shadowrun has shit all for tables that aren't covered in garbage.
It's really funny.
Savior's having the munchies.
This, you are not high at this moment unless you were currently actively choosing to take bright eyes before going in here.
Oh fuck no! I took a swig of rum, but you know that's just
That's a different thing.
Yeah,
That's
Um,
just professional courtesy.
Because Clem's connection is currently being
Well,
he's
Yeah,
over in
you
this
get-
scene.
oh, I can move.
Cool, then we're good.
I can see. I can fight.
The Crimson Chin.
The IOS token.
Yeah, the pilot tokens are just kind of
Hey, I have a red eye. No?
so. The words. So, Walter has called you all here, and I need to quickly grab my notes sheet again. And well, I'm going to explain what he's doing in a moment because King has told me to go and touch grass.
Cool.
Get fucked.
Motherfucker!
Goodbye.
Fucking
See you soon.
imagine. Great work, King. Do you have another one? For like when she gets back?
Actually, wait a minute. If I start typing in chat, I have 9.7k points right now. If I do it a little bit more.
But I want to do Lancer.
Yeah, but I want to annoy the
I
GM.
want to make Maria mad.
I want to make some real good chicken because that's a real good chicken.
Ooh.
Legitimately, that's the brand name. It's super good.
Nice.
Well, that sounds. Babe, when I visit, can I have some real good chicken? And by that I mean
Real
you
good
serve me
chicken or real
dinner?
good dickin'?
Holy fucking
Look, there's
shit.
similar ways to ask
This
for
is-
Jay's cock.
This is the problem. I didn't even intend for it that to be. I legitimately just wanted to eat some chicken and
Oh, I
fries.
know. I'm just fucking around with the both of you.
So you gotta help me out. Help me out, boss.
Moment of you come in.
How
Hey,
many
you
don't
want to
you
come in
dare?
and play Smash Brothers? Yeah, comes in. Wait a minute. Where's your Wii?
Where's your Wii?
Where's your Wii? And where's your Wii at?
That's not a joystick.
King, I despise what you
Well.
sent me for different reasons.
That ain't a normal joystick.
Oh, it's a
Good
joystick,
God.
alright.
Oh, fuck.
No!
Thank you for being more blatant about my joke.
Oh my fucking
We'll be
God.
right back.
Oh man, Twitch is gonna have a fun time with this one.
Oh yeah.
Twitch is gonna have a blast
Oh.
with this one.
This-
How good
this
is
is-
that chicken? It's finger licking good.
All right, we gotta move on.
Okay, let's
before-
move on.
We're done. It's done.
This motherfucker is looking at us all doing this. It's just like, what the fuck? Fucking asshole.
All right. It's me in this back room becoming really hot, says King.
Always,
All
always
right.
have been.
Spicy chicken.
So, da, 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 da.
Why are we
You
so far
are-
back?
Because fucking hex spaces. If you want to move
Okay.
closer, move yourself closer, hold shift. That allows you to break grid.
Why am I glowing?
Because
You're-
that's the pixel perfect selector for
Me
fucking.
clemency
Right
went for the
precisely.
seats.
it's your gay aura.
There you
I'm
go.
There you go.
sorry.
Perfect. You're all moved in now. Congrats.
What you looking
Because
at?
this is narrative. Fucking God.
We're drawing dicks on the whiteboard while the teacher's away.
Even worse, it's a
Well, we
smart board.
weren't.
They're gonna get really pissed when they come back.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Come on, guys. Focus up.
Jiggle the keys,
Jingle,
Jay.
jingle.
Jiggle the keys.
Okay, so. You all are gathered up, and Cordell has gathered you. Right, so. Gathered you all because we have important news. I've discussed with you all a bit more. Xavier, your report was quite enlightening, but concerning as well. Mostly a tad bit concerning. Humor's what gets us through this. Anyways, you all have provided excellent information, and because of it, I have managed to convince the other two to fully embrace an alliance. We are, for the time being, brothers in arms against this threat that SSC has decided to bring to our doorstep. Goddamn scientists never do anything right. They just bring damnation instead. We are going to serve here as the staging ground for our push into their territory to try and stop this once and for all. It's going to be dangerous. Honestly, we don't know the best way to go about it, even. And so we are needing to refer to all of you, the experts in this matter. We obviously have SSC and whatever they're going to deploy and mobilize against us. We don't know what they're doing over there. We don't know what is going on behind the scenes. Nor do we know what your flame spewing buddies are up to, where they're established even. Because they've been out of the picture over in SSC for a while, according to Harrison's data. So they probably have their own place set up somewhere here. This is going to come down to you all and your expertise. What do you think we should be trying to focus on here? Deal with the head of the problem or deal with its arms?
We gotta deal with SSC. We have to save our boys.
Yeah. We gotta rescue.
That is true. You did have
gotta get
people taken. So it sounds like you guys want to stage a rescue mission then.
Yes. Well,
Full
I mean,
agreement.
2 of us so far. We got 3?
Yes.
4?
They're gonna come to us anyway if we attack SSC. So easier.
Yeah, I suppose that do be true. Maybe we can get them to burn on some of their own kin while they're at it. Fuckers. Right. So, if a rescue plan is what you'd be looking for, then I suppose I have our tactical buddies to go and send forth word to. We have scouting teams up that should be able to find us a way onto the island. You wanted to take this loud, quiet, somewhere in between? It is a floating city. So we'll have to figure out an approach unless you guys got any bright ideas.
So we drive a really big ship directly. No.
You know,
Xavier looks at Anua. I like your style of thinking.
She's actually gonna. Oh,
You go.
I was gonna say she's actually gonna look at Anu and Dash and be like, "You guys remember Operation Solstice Rain?
Yeah, I remember Solstice Ring.
You remember our little first mission, our little fucking tumble, back with
Oh
back with
my
glitchy boy
God.
in Greece.
Vaguely. You need to jog my memory.
Well, we were in the ship. We got shot down.
Oh,
Fought in the
yeah.
city for a while.
So what you're saying is, we drive a bus into him.
Well, I'm close.
We're driving the
Alright.
battle bus into action.
No, close. All right, come on, lover boy. Do you know what I'm getting at here? She's gonna look over at Dash.
I mean, besides a hot drop, but
The answer is a hot drop. We've got enough. We may have a shuttle or two, and we've still got a full Union group. Why not just go right in the thick of it? They might have anti-air, but we have anti-air. Not that we haven't done before.
Oh, if that isn't the most foolhardy plan I've heard in a while. I love it. Right then.
She do be
First-
an ex-albatross for a reason.
I am Albatross, thank you.
I literally have a +4 to piloting flying vehicles.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say.
Personally,
Oh.
I'd still prefer to try and do it somewhat quiet, because I have information I need to look for.
True. So we have
Well,
Xavier drive the ship directly into their main building.
Yes, I'll do it.
Oh no! Hold on. How about this? Right. Let's do a nice two-pronged attack, right? I'm not the
Okay.
fanciest strategist, but I know my shit around the battlefield. How about three of us? Actually no, most of us take the loud route. We hot drop in, at some point, clear the area. Beforehand, Knives here sneaks in. We make a big, we make a big noise. We make it seem like we're gonna attack. Maybe they'll expect us. Maybe they're expecting something. But if Io sneaks in, all sneaky like, Knives has a pretty good chance of getting what she needs, then reconvening with us later, or at the very least, as soon as we drop in.
So, speaking from a GM perspective,
Mm-hmm.
what this would effectively equate to is a loud mission where I was going to get the opportunity to do a bit of narrative beforehand to try and gather some more information before rejoining you all at a separate deploy point in a mission, likely combat.
That's what I was hoping for.
I'm
Is-
not huge on that.
Okay, hit me.
I don't like us being separated.
Agreed.
You'd be back into the first combat very quickly. I'm not going to split the party.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
then, I don't particularly like
Would-
the separate points.
Okay. Fair.
It would
fair
just be a
enough.
case of different player deploy zones, but that is fair.
Because, like,
We could aim for our first target to be to try and get what we can, and then destroy whatever else.
So we plant a bomb.
So
I
you
mean, it is a
see-
floating city.
So you're actually going to see Walter kind of scratch at his beard a bit and goes, "All right, hang on. How's about you lasses and laddies? I've got an idea. What we are going to do is do a first assault on them. Show them what we're made of and see what we're dealing with. While we are doing that, you all drop behind the front line. This should hopefully give you the time to find whatever the lass here is looking for, Miss Vale, and get you in there quickly and efficiently, while we contend with the bulk of their forces out front." Hopefully,
I'm
this means we can give you some support, depending on how well we push through. But if shit goes south, you will be in deep on enemy lines.
Nothing we haven't done before. I'm down.
It's just like last week, eh? Yeah, I'll be all for it, General.
Loverboy, Big Man.
I agree.
Sounds good to me.
Dash?
Yep.
All right, it sounds like we've got a plan. I'll go about sketching up the, putting together all the details, the who's what's it's all that, the tactical business. You don't need to worry about that. It's mostly going to be for my boys. But, while we're doing that, and I get all of that together, get the men going, how about you all go and check on your machines? The mechanics tell me
Oh,
they're just about done.
oh, wonderful. I hope they. I hope they
I
didn't
hope-
mind me borrowing some extra supplies from them earlier.
Go ahead
I
and
hope they
step
are-
on out past the wall, everyone.
I hope they are animated in a funny fashion. Oh shit.
As you all step out of the hangar, you see your machines, and the wall is causing problems. Hold on.
Xavier, our mechs have been beheaded.
Wait. Feet?
Why? Oh my god. Alright, I'm turning off vision on this scene because this is just broken.
Jake, that's
too
such a
big.
good
There we go.
Congratulations. Now you can see the back rooms that I drew with a line. Ignore that. That was me cutting off that area.
All right, let's take a look. Let's go down the line here.
So, where do we want to start? From the left or the right?
I think you go from smallest to biggest.
Smaller
I was
to
going to
larger?
say left to right because my mech has had no change.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Because mine was
starting
already
over.
really cool.
All right. Starting over here, we've got Revna with the rebuilt Suyu because they were able to salvage. They were able to bring it back. Feel free to describe it to everyone.
So, Revna's real pissed off at SEC, right? She's not really happy at the fact that she's been actively supporting the very group that's fucked us over, betrayed us, got plenty of people killed for stupid reasons, so she's pissed off. But she's stuck with the license. Thankfully, a few ISPN and Harrison Armory code crackers decide, how about we even the odds and steal a bit of a White Witch license for her. So coming out of some spare parts and plenty of ferrofluid, you got this more tanky Suyu. The rain that used to be physically connected to the back is now actively hovering. Bits of ferrofluid are kind of seen in the veins of this rain, but for the most part, it is unattaching and reattaching, and mainly a ring-like shape. It's very random to it. Of course, the Leviathan, she horrifically mutilated. It's still attached as a new makeshift
The
shield.
trophy is still there.
Yep,
Little
it's still there because surprisingly the damn thing is very durable. And on top of that, with all the ferrofluid sort of crackling, she had a little personal touch. I'm gonna take. Can you rotate the mech real quick?
So
Is this on?
unfortunately,
Yep.
a lot of the mech rotation is currently bugged.
Okay. Then on the shoulder that was supposed to be on the other side, she has written down her own message, a bit of a personal flair, known as "This machine kills fascists."
Hell yeah.
She's got an objective, and the objective is revenge. And that's it for the Suyu rebuild. If you need a tanky mech, if you need a bit of damage, a bit of help, and maybe if you need a bit of ferrofluid to make something special for you, I'm your gal.
Black Witch, White Witch. All right.
The
You can just call
Grey
me a
Witch.
Elegos
Yep.
has not changed a whole lot, unless there's some subtle things that you want to tell us.
No, it's more fun that way.
Cool.
Moving down the line.
Now this
Now,
is dramatically different.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
this is
What a-
such
It's
an
a
departure.
twink.
Also,
I was
I
gonna
have to say, if I had a nickel for every time I had to make a tech-based mech with a cowboy hat, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it's happened twice.
Is that the same hat that I use?
Probably.
Do you think Io's getting flashbacks seeing that shit? Considering she saw the last one.
She'd probably grimace a bit.
You're here in your
Because
head.
the last person she flew with that had a cowboy hat wasn't great. No offense, Clem.
No, fuck no. That was my dark backstory of a bad player. Don't worry, I've had my redemption arc now. Okay,
Right. So,
it's on the.
Dash, do you want to describe it?
Yes. This is the Emperor. Since my new the thing where I fucking go, hey, how much I missed by? I need to not attack people in any way to up that. I am much more support now. The finger gun is how I shoot shields to you guys.
That's so good.
Which then Maria added little Susie firing her.
I
On the
fucking
black
love
spot.
that, by the way. That's
Susie
incredible.
just chilling on the black spot.
And the micro manipulators is also doing a finger
Yeah, so
gun.
if you look
Show
on the
little
chest,
Susie.
the 2
Oh my
little hands
God.
there are manipulators
Jay, move your
controlled by
mouse.
Susie.
God.
Also finger gunning. If you look,
took
the
off
Susie
Eva
hologram
module.
has the arm lifted up too.
I took off the EVA module and put on the micro manipulators just for the bit.
You aren't gonna really need the EVA module, considering, as I said to
Basically
people.
had
So.
just one free point, and I was like, I don't really have anything I need. I guess I'll keep the EVA on. This bit comes, well, I gotta. The Emperor's bow is strung across the back.
Mm-hmm.
And its original name was Deoises, the original king or emperor of Iran,
Hmm.
as one of the talents is named after an Iranian weapon, I believe.
Nice.
But just today it has received a new name,
Oh.
Skylar's Requiem.
Aw.
Ooh.
That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's fun.
All right. That one is very fun. Also worth noting, that does have heels. This is a cowboy in heels.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
I like that
What
we got-
is the medical suite personalizations.
Mhm.
I like that we got normal feet, hoof feet, heels, and then Omni with the fucking
Omni with the
grippers.
dogs.
Omni got the fucking grippers.
For free.
Oh, free!
Yo, I can't believe it. Freaky frame?
So, Anua, care to enlighten us about what the fuck has gone on here?
For the record, Onua's not even really sure. This Onua was printing out Mystica from before. He was like, all right, the dog's interesting. He's like, I'm going to put the dog in the kennel for now, and I'm just going to reprint Mystica. However, with the new casket containing Sisyphus, he plugged that in, and Sisyphus went, oh, no. This simply will not do. So, I'm going to make some minor adjustments. And it was like Mystica went through a fucking werewolf transformation. Like, head started extending out of the body, like with a long neck. The feet just like growing, just out talons and planting into the ground. And the flight suite it had has now expanded into these long wings that are coiled around. And you can see like datascapes traveling down the length of the wings.
So it's furry Mecha King
It's,
says.
yeah.
Oh no, it's
God.
oh no, it's
It's even got a tail.
Oh yeah, no, it's straight. Sisyphus has turned my mech into a furry.
God, couldn't you
No,
have-
this isn't furry. This is into the monster territory. We're getting into a
It
serious
is
territory
far
here.
past.
Monster and furry are a fine line.
This is an
So
upper
here's the problem.
threshold.
I happen to have this license here.
I also like kind of want to say, if you take away the wings, it's just become a fucking elite from Halo.
Temmie
Yeah.
in chat before you said
Greetings!
that said elite preferred
preferred
species.
Right? You know, so mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
Greetings! What?
God, you
You're
know what's
fucking-
fun?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
rub it out.
You, you damn elite! I'm traveling with a split lip.
Damn. Anyway, you know what's funny about your new mech, Omni?
What?
Could you fucking imagine being like the fucking hungover ISBN guy who's like, I'm gonna just check the mechs today, and you see fucking like the werewolf transformation happen in the corner of your fucking eye.
Oh yeah, like he literally like they installed the mech and then Eva style, it just started like its limbs extending, and like its shit was growing out of it, and he was just like, all right.
He's given up. His mechs do not listen to his design things anymore.
His mech is fucking haunted.
Yeah, no, mech is haunted right now. Well, it literally it has an NHP in it. Do any of you have NHPs?
Yes, Susie
This
is.
is-
So yeah, so Jay, you and I are the haunted mechs crew.
I
Susie
have
can
to
take
add.
over my body anytime she wants with 2-player or bypass.
Well,
Sisyphus knows inevitabilities, and just basically when this printer just went, oh no, this is not how it was supposed to be. Let me correct this.
I have to ask: has the Sisyphus NHP tried to contact any of us, or does he not give a shit?
I would say
He
at the
would not have
moment,
given a shit.
no, Sisyphus is not. Sisyphus just is like, oh yes, no, I know you were supposed to be here. It's irrelevant, however.
Really quick, just because I zoomed in on my mech finally, why is my image so compressed?
You are a bit
You are
crusty.
very staticky.
Because Foundry did not like it. Apparently, this was not like this before.
Yeah,
we're gonna
it
have
is
to re-render that
So
one.
compressed.
It-
Give me, like
I'm gonna-
5 more minutes in the oven.
I'm gonna be real. It's kind of a cool aesthetic if you were going for a different vibe.
Can't you go invisible as well?
I mean, yeah, and I mean it's
Oh.
it's not fire either, but you know,
I just saw it on the weapons and I thought it was kind of like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. And I thought, yeah, it looks cool.
I
now
think
that I know
that
some of the
is.
feet.
do you want to know what it is? What all the fire is on the mech?
Where?
Go ahead and say if you want.
Those are nanites.
Ooh.
Right. I forgot
They're
you're taking
nanites.
that.
Yeah. They're not
Damn,
happy
I
nanites.
Don't know why
Why
it is
sad?
so
No,
compressed,
they're
though.
very angry actually.
Should not be this aggressive. I will have to go and experiment with some rendering on that.
Fucking-
Thankfully, when you're zoomed out normally, you can barely see it, but that is.
It's aggressively compressed.
Yeah,
VG
I'll have to figure it out.
Also, I'm showing
Oh,
my
VG.
stream what happened to my mech before and after.
Oh.
I have them before and after. That was Mystica. That was Mystica normal. This has become Mystica Gamma.
I have to ask, V, you don't feed your nanites? I make sure to feed my ferrofluid a sandwich every day.
Oh my god.
God.
percent sandwich, fair fluid, go yum 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 yum.
Right.
On
And
these
then,
two mechs are
Put a
that
semi-angry
meeting
fire
the
beep
girlfriend's
after you.
daughter. It's
God.
nice to meet you, sir. And she calls me daddy too.
So, the last mech we have here is Xavier. What have you done to this thing?
Well. I had a bit of so
Ah!
so while I was on my Bright Eyes binge, I decided to loop around a little bit more with other substances I haven't used in a while.
Oh,
So while they were in the middle of constructing Let It Rip,
well, I'm
I
working on
decided
it.
Yeah, while they were working on it, I was like, no, Yar, you know what? No, it's not standing out enough. I want more colors. I pointed over to another one of the fabricators. That one! I need that ship hull now! We'll replace in the old shield. And
So that's why the shield is now miscolored partially.
oh yeah, no, it was supposed to be for a transport truck, but I took it for myself for personal matters.
The port truck is trans. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Good job.
But
I'm gay.
Oh my god.
trans rights.
And that is the clip and a half. My god.
But during
I love you, Jay.
Love you too.
during the reconstruction after the damages of being so deep in the depths, decided to replace most of the parts with odd bits from other things that were already going on. Like you can see that the top part is now more of a climbing platform, and on the back and the sides are more slots and what are they called? Not slots.
Yo, let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling.
Handles.
Thank you. Handles and divots, and it looks very climbable. And there's a harpoon gun on the shoulder for some reason. That was probably also a binged choice, to be quite honest. And Xavier stands before it and he's like, "Oh, you're
Just-
looking more colorful than I remember."
Huh.
Yeah.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time in this campaign somebody got drunk or high as fuck and came out with their mech looking like a clown, I'd have 2 nickels.
Oh my god.
But a lot of the things that used to be on the Let It Rip before it's now missing, but it's been replaced by the other bits and pieces. There's no deployable. That slot is empty, but it's been filled in with paint. Oh, that's a lot of paint. Holy fuck, that's a lot of paint.
I think he was on paint fumes, guys.
He's sniffing paint.
Man, he takes one good look at the Leviathan, though. He sees the little, you see that little smiley face at the very tip.
Hmm?
Ah, oh, yeah. Now I remember. I had a really good time.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, I'm not looking down the barrel of that thing.
No, it's
Like
just
right
on the
here.
side.
I love. Oh, God.
It's still way too close.
I love this ranging scale of like relatively normal mechs to freakazoid
Right?
zoids.
Like you have the typical three, the dynamic duo.
You guys look like you're about to fucking go and fight like a Megazord.
Christ.
Literally,
looks like a Megazord.
literally, we got the Megazord over here, and then we got whatever was just turned into a giant monster.
No, my monster!
Can't you fight?
Oh my god.
Omni
God.
and me, fist fight only. Let's go.
Dude, I don't have any melee weapons.
We have.
Do you want a sword? I can give you a
Yes.
sword.
I'm gonna
You have-
use my wings to flap upward, and then I'm just gonna claw you with my feet, like a bird.
Oh, I'm gonna cable winch you so you can't get the fuck away.
No!
I'm gonna pull you down like a fucking kite. Like, get over here.
God.
Reel me in.
So,
So, yep.
you all are going over, looking over your mechs, kind of explaining to each other what you've done to a degree where tactics are involved. And General Walter comes out and goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, nearly forgot. We've analyzed the data from that one wreck you brought in, and none of that was normal. Like, not a sense of that. Our encryptors are still working at it, but we cannot make heads or tails of just about any of the data on board that thing. We did, however, find something installed in it that we think is better left to you all." As somebody comes in, wheeling on a trolley cart, a very chunky NHP casket.
Oh, fuck.
no!
Oh,
Congratulations! For actually defeating the Crimson Phantom, you guys are getting a piece of exotic equipment. A Marduk class NHP.
No, Marduk!
what's a Marduk class NHP?
Oh,
This is an exotic equipment from Legionnaire. Your mech gains the AI tag and the Dragon Slayer protocol. Dragon Slayer protocol. Expend a charge to focus your targeting systems on a killing blow. The next time you hit with a weapon attack this turn, deal plus 1d6 bonus damage. Deal an additional plus 1d6 bonus damage for each of the following conditions currently affecting the target: impaired, slowed, immobilized, stunned. This can be used once between full rests because it only has one charge, unless you have more charges available. It takes 3 system points to mount. Mech can only have one system with the AI tag installed in at a time. Some AI systems grant the AI tag to the mech. So you can't use this NHP unless you don't have an NHP or you have an NHP that is compatible with others.
Like Susie, probably.
Yep, like Susie, but yeah, unfortunately, there's
It would
Be
not be
worthless for me to take.
compatible right now with Sisyphus. There
No,
is
I can't.
also a core bonus that you can take later from Horus.
Mm-hmm.
True. It's not really the path I'm looking to do, but true.
I'm. Oh.
ironically be the safest with me, but in practicality terms, it's useless with me.
Yeah, the thing is, I can set up those conditions for someone, and then they take their turn after me and fuck them up.
I
Oh,
mean,
man, yeah.
I mean,
I
I
mean-
already do really fucking heavy hits as a striker,
I'm just
and I
hearing
don't
the
have any
biggest-
NHPs in my fucking shit.
I have my Leviathan.
I have combat drill.
You do. I'm putting the full description of the Marduk in chat. You are allowed to add this to your sheet on CompCon, and if somebody wishes to take it, you all are able to make that modification in time for next session. I figure there will probably be a bit of discussion about it, but yeah. Alternatively, if none of you want to take it, it will remain available to you for later use.
Mm-hmm. Where are you posting it?
And I put it in Scarlet Inferno
Scarlet
chat.
Inferno,
That is
yeah.
the full description of the Marduk.
It is.
I saw Queen and I thought, that's not Marduk. Thanks,
Christ.
Jay.
Right. Well, I'll leave you to that if any of you wish to use it. Otherwise, we'll keep it here on site for you all. I'm going to go back to working on the plans. If any of the boys in the lab manage to find anything else out from that machine, we'll be sure to let you know as soon as we can.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, General.
And on that note, unless anyone has anything else to add, we are going to be wrapping up for today.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. With that, thank you all for joining us today. I know this was completely narrative today, but honestly, this was a bunch of fun. We got a lot of world building and story going. You guys know what's happening next time and have a plan. This is your first op that you guys went, yeah, this is what we're doing. You weren't given a few options. You went, can we do this?
Yeah.
So we're going to see how this one plays out. This will be fun. I am going to give, honestly, I'm going to give all of you 2 XP
Let's go
for
up.
today. You all did really well with the RP moments going on, being in character and involved, or not involved as required by the character, playing to negatives that are needed. You guys tripped a thing that caused a horrific stress. You had a very wise solution to come back from it. And I am very fucking happy that this session went as well because everyone was involved, and I'm so glad to fucking see that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys are all getting 2 XP. Easy for this. Additionally, anyone who has bond power things to distribute, feel free to give XP to friends now if you have anything.
We also
So-
did not do it last session, saving it for this.
Yeah. So
Um,
did it... Ooh.
That is
go.
true.
Revna, go.
Oh, I was gonna say, did anyone get a heroic skill check?
Um,
I took
I
drugs.
I don't know if there's anything during this that could be described necessarily as heroic. Unfortunately.
Damn, I wanted to give Omni an extra XP for RPing his ass off like this entire time, as well as doing great with trying to calm down
Yeah.
Jay's character.
You did that. You also got a really fucking good roll for
It worked perfectly for
getting that info. You nailed that. Honestly, yeah, fuck it. It wasn't in combat, but it was heroic for making sure nobody's dying. And you used heroics involved in the whole clone thing. Yeah, sure. Go for it. Omni, you get that other XP.
Alright.
We'll twist the rules a bit.
Ah, darn, I didn't complete a project. I
Oh.
just made progress on
Unfortunately-
it.
Yeah.
I never really follow this very much, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, fair. So, just checking, if you open your sheet, Omni, Titan, there is just challenges with strength, leadership, or force, heritage, protected someone weaker than myself, struggled with issues from your burden or background. Any of those you feel you qualify for?
Not really, no.
All right.
I mean, from last session, I did pry
Yeah,
open
we're-
the fucking door with my strength. I don't know if
Okay,
you'd call
so
it
we're
a
gonna
challenge.
do.
We both
We'll
did,
give that.
didn't we?
Yeah, both of you contributed to that, so we'll do that because we're gonna quickly recon those as well. In terms of heroic skill check, are you able to give that to your fucking self, Revna?
I cannot give it to myself.
I
And then
would.
Can I say I get it for my skill check where I went, all right, they need to know what happened.
honestly,
Yeah.
that saved our asses. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go. All right.
Mhm.
That case, we are all looking solid at that. So, take your extra XP from those, and we will wrap up for today. Thank you so much to those in the audience who have joined and been participating. It was a blast. Thank you so much to my players for being involved and attending this session. Next session should be in a couple weeks' time. And should go well. 2-3 weeks, that's our usual margin. If you like your tabletop games, pop back then. We'll have more mechs. We'll have more shenanigans. We'll potentially be high again because apparently
What?
people in this party keep getting high.
Look,
I was surprised. Onua shrugged off his curse of getting high every session.
Yeah, it was Xavier this time.
I pass this torch on to you.
My Hero Academia.
It was less of me eating a strand of his hair and just me taking a whiff of the mask.
Right.
Like the Green Goblin mask, but it's filled with chems, and I don't turn into a goblin, I just turn green.
God. Thank you, everyone. You all have a wonderful night, and we will see you all later.
Bye, chat.
Goodbye.